In these home visits I show you the systems of some of my subscribers. Today I show you the wonderful system of Peter. If you want to know how a Beatles fan is listening to his music, then this is the video for you. Peter has a nice big room and a wonderful system, but first let me tell you something about his hi-fi journey. He comes from a musical family. They even have a celebrity in the family, as his mother's cousin is Bobby Scott. Two of Mr. Scott's songs even became big hits and were played by the likes of the Beatles, Herb Alpert and the Hollies. They are A Taste of Honey and He Ain't Heavy, He Is My Brother. So it is probably no wonder that he became a big Beatles fan when he saw them performing live on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1964. At home they had a big Magnavox console, and when Peter left for college he got himself a Yamaha receiver, Wharfedale loudspeakers and a Torrance turntable. Obviously he got the audiophile bug pretty early. Now, following his philosophy of let's get the most bang for your buck, he soon moved on to some proton amplification, Advent loudspeakers and a real linear tracking turntable from Technics. Being the early adapter, he also moved into CDs early in the game. A Sankyo CD player gave him sound without pops and clicks, and soon his CD collection grew very big. To handle all those CDs he got himself a couple of Sony carousels, and they are still in use today. Another path he walked early was that of the big screen AV receivers and surround sound. The system he has today is a cumulation of his audio pad and his surround pad, so let's have a closer look at the system. Here we have a Klipsch Heresy 1 on the left, a R28F in the middle and a RW10D subwoofer on the right. And there is also a Klipsch RF25C center loudspeaker. The Klipsch Heresy is used for the 2.1 setup and the three other Klipsch's are used for the 5.1 setup. Here's a nice view of the center loudspeaker. On the right there's a rack with two CD carousels, one on the bottom for 200 CDs and one in the middle for holding 300 CDs, and they all work. These carousels are the CX205 and the CDP355. There is a TIAC equalizer, a Sony DVD player, and over here we have a Sony STR DN1060 AV receiver. There is a OSD audio preamp, and last but not least there is the Proton AA1150 power amp. And over here on the right we have the two Klipsch's for the right channel, one for 5.1 and one for 2.1. And over there on the right in the rack you see another carousel holding another 300 CDs. And there is even more. This rack holds a Fluence RT85 turntable in a beautiful gloss finish. There is a Technics SL5 linear tracking turntable, which still looks beautiful. And here's a little tribute to Nipper. I like that very much. And I already mentioned this carousel. And here is another shot of the complete setup. And as you may have noticed, there is also a big Samsung 55-inch TV, and this is his favorite show. Over there I got a lot of very nice comments on my wonderful espresso machine yesterday, and somebody asked me about the Violetti the mocha pot, so that's why I thought, well, let's use this one today. A very good choice, of course, if I say so myself. And Peter has also a nice little light show going on here. But wait, there is more. On this table you can see part of his collection, especially that wonderful Beatles original Masters box from 1985 that is worth a small fortune today. And some of you may have spotted it, but that is not a table. No, in fact that is a passive subwoofer by BSR, and Peter bought that one also in 1985 and it still works. And talking about subs, on this side of the room there is another one tucked away. This is a 10-inch Dayton Audio subwoofer. And to top it all off, there is a pair of Klipsch RF15 surround sound loudspeakers. Now, of course, there is a lot more that I could say about this system, but there's one item that I want to pay a little bit extra attention to, and that is the Proton D1150 dual mono 2x50 watt amplifier. Now, 2x50 watt may sound modest, but thanks to a clever circuit called PDP, Dynamic Power on Demand, it has no problem jumping to 2x400 watts at 2 ohms when needed. Now obviously it won't sustain that for a very long time, but for those moments when your system needs to step up its game, there is all this power available. Now there is so much stuff tucked away in this system that I'm not even sure if I am complete, but under the center loudspeaker there appears to be a VHS recorder, a Blu-ray, and that is maybe a TV box, and in the center there is a mug with a Mozart picture on it, and over on the right there's also tucked away a Apple TV and a phono preamp from Art DJ. And if the TV is not big enough, there is also an old DLP projector from InFocus and a Luma 105-inch screen, and it looks like this.
Don't give up, you're not beat. Don't give up, I know you can make it good.
And so we come to the end of this video. But don't click away just yet, because there are some sound samples coming up. But before that, I want to thank Peter for showing us his system. If you have enjoyed his system, tell him what you think of it and give him some love for inviting us at his home. Enjoy the sound clips. They are short because of YouTube regulations, but they are sound clips. So thank you for watching, and I see you next time.
He gives me everything and